Hi, my name's Fatima Sadawala. I'm a patent attorney.
Hello, my name is Abdulmalik Lawal. I'm a patent attorney in Sheffield.
Hello, my name's Ben Buchanan. I work for the Intellectual Property Office, which is a government agency in Newport in South Wales.
Hello, my name is Amira and I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about what it's like working in IP.
I'm a patent attorney. This is my home office and my 11-year-old son Tom is on camera. Thanks, Tom.
Hi, I'm Kunal Sajani and I work as a patent examiner at the Intellectual Property Office.
Hi, I work as a translation manager for a large patent attorneys.
Hello and thanks for tuning in. My name is Anita Shaw and I'm a patent attorney for a large multinational IT firm in the south of England.
My name's Dan, I'm a
Hello, my name is Alex Turnbull and I'm a director, a European patent attorney and a UK patent attorney with the firm TLIP.
Patent attorneys work to protect inventions. We draft and file a legal scientific document before patent offices around the world. If all of the requirements of patentability are met, we obtain granted patents in each country. The patent is treated like a piece of property. This is called intellectual property.
I ended up running my own practice, not in a city centre, but here in Somerset where I live. It's a small practice, but it's thriving and it's a lovely, friendly place to work. I'm also now president of the Chartered Institute of Patent Attorneys. My role as a patent attorney is to talk to inventors and businesses about the technology that they want to stop other people copying. And then I help them to get patent protection for that technology if it's appropriate, and to use their patents effectively so as to make more money from the technology.
So a patent protects an applicant or a person's invention from being copied for 20 years. But one of the requirements of a patent is that that invention is new, and that's where my role comes in. I have to check, amongst other things, that the invention is new. So the first half of my job involves looking at other things in the field of the invention to see what is similar and what is already out there, and then comparing that to the invention the applicant has claimed.
On one day, what I could do is I could be having a discussion with the Intellectual Property Office on the reason why one of my clients' inventions should go through to grant and they should get a monopoly right. Another day I could be advising clients as to whether their new invention is worth seeking protection for, or another day I could be essentially preparing legal documents for filing at the UK Intellectual Property Office.
The second half of my job is to write a report to the applicant, or in most cases they have an attorney who represents them, and making objections as to why they can't get a patent. So, for example, I will be able to say that the invention that they've claimed is not new, so you've got to make a small adjustment to make the invention new. Or there might be other issues, such as you're not allowed to patent, for example, a painting, so I might object to that the thing they're trying to claim is a patent.
I've also got to understand their businesses. I've got to be able to communicate legal advice in a way that non-lawyers can grasp, so that they can make use of it in their day-to-day business.
Hi, I work as a translation manager for a large patent attorneys. At school I was absolutely passionate about languages, so I took A-levels in French, German and history, and then I went on to study French and German at university. Whilst at university, my love of languages continued, and it became clear that I didn't want to use my languages just as part of a job, like marketing with languages, law with languages. I wanted to spend all day working with languages. So after graduating, I did a 1-year postgraduate diploma in translation and interpreting. Part of the course involved scientific translation, and I realised that this is what I really enjoyed. After graduating, I was lucky enough to gain a trainee job with a leading patent attorney based in London, And after 1 year training, having all my translations checked, I was able to start translating on my own.
I manage a team of examiners, patent examiners. In fact, I used to be one myself. And my team evaluate applications for patents which are filed by our customers, by applicants. And my team use their legal and technical skills to work with the applicant or their attorney to help them obtain the patent protection that they need. We do this with the interests of the applicant, the government and the public in mind.
In my day-to-day job, I do the usual routine work of drafting patent applications and prosecuting patent applications. But as an in-house IP professional, I'm also very closely involved with the product life cycle, from its conception on through to its launch. I work very closely with the scientists, the project managers, and I also liaise a lot with external agents. I manage the patent portfolio. So usually my day-to-day job is taken up on doing the routine work, but also getting involved at very high-level strategy meetings as well.
I also work as the translation manager, so this means that I send translations out to freelance translators who work for us. They tend to specialise in just one area of translation, so maybe electronics, chemistry, and they work for lots of different companies.
The patent examiners at the Patent Office may come back with various issues or objections, and again, it's my job to work with a patent through its life cycle, working with the inventors and the examiners to try and overcome those objections and obtain a granted patent.
What's great about the job is if you're interested in science, perhaps the lab's not suited you, then you still get to meet the inventors, talk about what they've done in the lab, but the best thing being you get to talk to them when they've finished doing all the experiments. You get to talk to the commercial team who are perhaps more concerned with the branding, and you'll meet people at different levels of the company.
I looked into the profession a bit more, and because I enjoyed also in a way arguing with people, or should I say discussing issues with people and putting across my opinion, it was kind of the perfect combination between engineering and law.
I really like the flexibility of my role. I can come in generally when I want, and as long as I do the hours in the week, I can work whichever hours basically I want.
What are the good things about being a patent attorney? Well, you're dealing with new technology all the time. That's exciting in itself. Also, you get to work with really bright and creative people. It pays well, and it can be really flexible, so there are often opportunities for part-time or home working. That's good if, say, you want to start a family or just have a life outside the office. I've got 4 children, and for a while I was a single parent after their dad died in a car crash. And I was really grateful for that flexibility because it allowed me to carry on as a working mum just when it really mattered. To me, the best thing about being a patent attorney is the way it combines science, law, business and language.
So, as a patent attorney, you will be dealing with inventions and understanding the complexities of how the invention works. But also, you're actually dealing with a company, and the company are spending the money on IP for a reason. And if you're interested in how companies work and why companies do what they do, you'll also find this job really interesting, because you'll be asking questions like, why are you filing a patent to that particular product? What is it that your competitors are doing, and what are you worried about your competitors copying? Because you'll need to position the patents and the intellectual property to protect the advantage that your client has, and to put some obstacles in the way of the competition.
I can really recommend it as a job if you're passionate about languages, like a very varied day, good at handling your time, working under stress, and good with people as well, because often you have to discuss your translations with patent attorneys and clients.
For that, and as you can imagine, it's quite a fun place to work, not least because I get lots of free samples.
Sessions where you do get to travel, if you're lucky. So you can go to the States on conferences or to the Far East on business. So you do have quite a lot of options in that sense.
So what's great about my role is that I get to combine both technical and legal skills and working with people. And I enjoy all three elements of my job. I particularly enjoy helping my team do their best to deliver the best services we can for our customers.
What I really like about working in the patent profession, especially in-house, is the variety of work that I'm exposed to. Also the close relationships I have with the scientists and inventors. An advantage being that they're here, so you can work with them, you can ask them questions. It's fascinating, and also being part of the product life cycle from the start to the end.
Every business has intellectual property. Not every business realises it or actively registers and uses it. Patents are just one area of intellectual property, but others, of course, are trademarks, copyrights, designs, knowledge, a brand. So next time you choose a new phone or a washing machine or an item of clothing, think about the reasons that are influencing your decision. What is it about that item that you're purchasing that appeals to you, and ask yourself whether there might be intellectual property which is protecting those elements, because if it's important to you, it's important to the business, and it's adding value to business. That is what intellectual property is all about.
One thing about it is, like with most patent attorneys who love the job, is once you do the job, it kind of spoils you in the sense that you can't really think of anything else you rather do than what you do on a day-to-day basis. So in that respect, I hope you continue doing your science subjects if you want to become a patent attorney, or if you don't, there's always the route for becoming a trademark attorney, and consider this as a career path for you.
My advice to you would be, if you're interested in a career in IP, is to think very broadly. There's no one key formula, magic formula, so to speak, about getting into IP.
Well, I started out by playing with Lego and toy cars. I moved on to playing with push bikes and messing about with a box of spanners. Ultimately, I ended up doing an engineering degree because I thought this was what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. But I realised that engineering is about a bit more than just taking things apart and putting them back together again. Engineering is about understanding why things work as they do and then making changes to make them better. So that led me to a career in intellectual property, working for the Intellectual Property Office as a patent examiner.
I went to a state school in Derbyshire. I got myself some science A-levels and then a science degree. And it was a university careers advisor who suggested this job to me.
We've passed UK and European professional exams to become a chartered patent attorney for the UK and a European patent attorney for Europe.
I guess I am probably one of the few exceptions in the profession, in the sense that I do not have any A-levels. Now the reason why I don't have any A-levels is because rather than do A-levels, I thought I'd do a vocational course and did a BTEC, as it was called then. Now it's more known as an MBQ. So I did that to get more practical experience on the way things work and in engineering as a whole.
I quite enjoyed the legal side of things that patents brought to the job, and decided to become a trainee patent attorney, which is where I am now, which is so far going really well. It's tough, there's a steep learning curve, and there's lots of exams to be taken, especially at the beginning of your career.
I have been in the patent profession for over 10 years now. I started off in Nottingham and worked in Newcastle before I moved to Sheffield. I did engineering as my degree at university. I am also one of the many or fortunate or crazy people who also decided to stay on at university and do a postgraduate, i.e. a PhD.
When I left school, the only thing I really knew was that I really liked science, and so I just carried on studying it. I did maths and physics at A-level, and then carried on doing physics at university. And then once I finished my degree, I wasn't really sure what to do. I had a few jobs here and there. I was a lab technician and a teacher for a short while. But afterwards, I just decided I wanted to use my physics degree or science degree in a really interesting way. And then I did a bit of internet searching, and I sort of almost found this job by accident.
At school, I was absolutely passionate about languages. So I took A-levels in French, German and history, and then I went on to study French and German at university.
As you can see, there can be more than one way into this area. From studying mosquitoes to now working with chocolate, I certainly have had a very diverse and broad route into IP.